12th aspect. Come, let us return now. We will speak with the chiefs and officers of these various groups, and looking at their equipment, will inquire whether that equipment has been given them only for the sake of subsisting for a brief period in that realm, or whether it has been given for the sake of obtaining a long life of bliss in another realm. Let us see. We cannot look at everyone and his equipment, but by way of example, let us look at the identity card and register of this officer. On his card, his rank, salary, duty, supplies, and instructions are recorded. See, this rank has not been awarded him for just a few days. It may be given for a prolonged period. It says on his card, "You will receive so much salary on such and such a day from the treasury." But the date in question will not arrive for a long time to come, after this realm has been vacated. Similarly, the duty mentioned on his card has not been given for this temporary realm, but rather for the sake of earning a permanent felicity in the proximity of the king. Then, too, the supplies awarded him cannot be merely for the sake of subsisting in this hospice of a few days' duration. They can only be for the sake of a long and happy life. The instructions make it quite clear that he is destined for a different place, that he is working for another realm. Now look at these registers. They contain instructions for the use and disposition of weapons and equipment. If there were no realm other than this, one exalted and eternal, that register with its categorical instructions and that identity card with its clear information would both be quite meaningless. Further, that respected officer, that noble commander, that honoured chief, would fall to a degree lower than that of all men. He would be more wretched, luckless, abased, afflicted, indigent and weak than everyone. Apply the same principle to everything. Whatever you look upon bears witness that after this transient world, another and eternal world exists. O friend, this temporary world is like a field. It is a place of instruction, a market. Without doubt, a supreme tribunal and ultimate happiness will succeed it. If you deny this, you will be obliged also to deny the identity cards of all the officers, their equipment and their orders. In fact, you will have to deny too all the order existing in the country, the existence of a government in it, and all the measures that the government takes. Then you will no longer deserve the name of man, or the appellation of conscious. You will be more of a fool than the sophists. Beware, do not imagine that the proofs of the transfer of creation from one realm to another are restricted to these 12. There are indications and proofs beyond counting and enumeration, all showing that this impermanent, changing kingdom will be transformed into a permanent and immutable realm. There are also innumerable signs and evidences that men will be taken from this temporary hospice and sent to the eternal seat of rule of all creation. I will show one proof in particular that is stronger than all the 12 aspects taken together. Come now, look, in the midst of the great assembly visible in the distance, the same noble commander whom we previously saw on the island, adorned with numerous decorations, is making an announcement. Let us go and listen. See, that luminous and most noble commander is conveying a supreme edict. Beautifully inscribed, he says, "Prepare yourselves. You will go to another and permanent realm, a realm such that this one will appear as a dungeon by comparison. You will go to the seat of rule of our King, and there receive his compassion and his bounty. If you heed this edict well and obey it, but if you rebel and disobey it, you will be cast into awesome dungeons. Such is the message that he conveys. If you look at the decree, you will see that it bears such a miraculous seal that it cannot in any way be imitated. Everyone apart from idiots, such as yourself, knows of a certainty that the decree is from the king. Moreover, the noble commander bears such bright decorations that everyone except those blind like yourself understands full well that he is the veracious conveyor of the king's orders. Is it at all possible that the teaching of transfer from one realm to another, challengingly conveyed by that noble commander in the supreme edict he has received, should at all be open to objection? No, it is not possible, unless we deny all that we have seen. Now, O friend, it is your turn to speak. Say what you have to say. What should I say? What can be said to contradict all of this? Who can speak against the sun at midday? I say only, praise be to Allah, 100,000 thanks that I have been saved from the dominance of fancy and vain imagination, and delivered from an eternal dungeon and prison. I have come to believe that there is an abode of felicity in the proximity of the monarch, separate from this confused and impermanent hospice. Our comparison indicating the truth of resurrection and the hereafter is now complete. Now, with Allah's grace, we will pass on to the most exalted truth. We shall set forth 12 interrelated truths, corresponding to the 12 aspects discussed above, as well as an introduction.
سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم.
Glory be unto you. We have no knowledge save that which you have taught us. Indeed, you are all-knowing, all-wise.